Well, the other part again is watching you in the debates. You know, in the Rappler debate, you actually go straight forward. I'm going to say courageous, tough. You threw a tough question, and it actually set the tone. But no one the candidates don't necessarily follow, because when you're doing a debate, you're actually rewarded by fewer enemies that you make if you're thinking about it just strategically, right? But every debate I've seen you in, you've tossed really tough questions at your compatriots. Does it pay to be courageous in this campaign?
I think candidates, we owe it to the public to mirror the questions na hindi lang importante sa akin, pero alam ko importante sa mga tao. Para sa akin, yung election talaga, it's really the time to tell people, ano bang ginawa kong trabaho nung nakaraan? Ano ba yung gusto ko pang gawing trabaho? At yung trabaho ito, yung track record na to, yung platform na ito, they really revolve around issues that bother people or that inspire hope in people. So, and I should be able to give as good as I get. So, pagpasok ko sa isang debate, naghahanda talaga ako to be asked the toughest, even most unfriendly questions. At ako naman, I try to be courteous, gusto kong wag bastusin ng sino mang tao. Pero tingin ko, pasok kami dyan sa debate, dapat kaya ko rin namang magtanong sa mga kapwa ko kandidato, anong masasabi nyo sa mga issue ito? And together, we face the public. Panindigan ko yung mga tanong ko, panindigan ko rin yung mga sagot ko sa mga tanong ng iba.
Again, kind of a tough question for you now is that we still live in a machismo culture.
Ay, nako, talaga.
And that strength that could push through the RH law, it can be seen as a negative by the majority of the voters who would come out. How do you temper that with being true to yourself?
Well, chinek ko rin niya, like in the surveys that have come out, kahit mga feedback about parang yung baseline tungkol sa akin, surprisingly and happily, there's an almost equal percentage of men who would vote for me as women who would vote for me.
Really? Great.
Oo. So
Okay.
kahit sa mga lalaki na sila yung pinaka-vulnerable sa mas macho or sexist or patriarchal na upbringing natin. At kahit sa mga kabaro natin, I mean, tayo, we're not impervious to machismo ourselves. We're continuously working on
it's part of our
ourselves.
values.
It's
We
part
grew
of
up
our
with it.
values
Yes.
na binabaka natin. We're trying to evolve to a more gender-sensitive culture. And I think it's been a heavy task for me, at the same time a blessing na yung isa sa mga issue na pinaka-in-identify ko ang sarili ko, yung RH, was very much also about changing this sexism and patriarchy in our society in a very concrete way. And as we were talking about earlier, the survey results show na ang mga karamihan ng kababayan natin na-appreciate what reproductive health, means for us.
What about Ronald Llamas? How this was handled in your campaign? You were asked questions. We've done a story about it. I mean, what about this? Where's the line between personal and professional? How would you gauge how you handled it?
Well, I really appreciated yung thought piece ni Sylvia Estrada Claudio. I resonated with some of the things she wrote about there. At
she said if you were a man, right? If you were a man,
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
even be asked.
that. Yung isang, sino nga ba nagkwento sa akin na si Hillary Clinton na tanong daw, who do you wear? At sabi niya, would you ask that of a male candidate? At sabi daw nung interviewer, probably not. Okay, change topic. So I really appreciated yung thought piece na yon, at saka yung response ng publiko. And thanks to Rappler for bringing that out. So para sa akin, importante yung personal life ng mga kandidato o politiko, people in the public sphere. Answerable kami kapag may ginagawa kaming mali o masama dahil sa mga ugnayan namin sa ibang tao. And I have asked similar questions like that, for example, sa previous administration, nung yung mga issue ng katiwalian, abuso, involved certain members of that family. Tapos na-appreciate ko yung punto niya na, kasi ako partidista ako, so ang presumption ko, ang kandidato, ang politiko, is part of a community na may shared or common values. At sila mismo, yung mga kasama ko sa akbayan, sa mass movement, sa Team Pinoy, I expect na kung magkukulang ako or kung mang-aabuso ako, magmamalabis, they will be the first to remind me, hey Risa, you're crossing the line there.
Yes.
You have to make amends to the public. And then, na-appreciate ko yung punto ni Sylvia or Guy as she's called, na there may be other people involved in the question na who they're not at all in the public eye at hindi sila dapat i-spotlight doon. So
I think
yun.
what was interesting about that was again it seemed one of those instances what we were told is that there was a party line and then you towed a party line which actually went against court. It was more the surprise of the choice you made. Is that something that where do you draw that line between towing a party line and then doing what you think is right?
Towing the party line about?
In terms of, well, this one was campaign strategy. How you, so
Ah.
in that one, it wasn't for me, what was interesting about that is it wasn't your personal life, it was more that that you had a response that seemed to show a disconnect to who you are.
I see.
It wasn't about for me, that's what that was. So I guess for me, the question then became, okay, so if that was a party line you were following, bad for the party, but the managers weren't doing it all that well. But the flip side is where is the candidate? Where do you draw your line and how do you learn from that?
Well, I used to be a very shy little girl at hanggang ngayon, ang lakas ng sense ko of personal space. Lalo na yung pagprotekta sa privacy din, higit sa privacy ko, privacy ng ibang mga tao na mahalaga sa akin. Tapos, wala naman sila sa public arena. Tapos, yung sa party line, well, yung isang na-appreciate ko kasi sa communities that I come from, ganun din, may pagpapahalaga sa tao, bilang tao, at may pagpapahalaga sa consensus building. So, it's been a learning experience for us as well. Pero ang mahalaga, I think, both my community at ako personally, I tried mainly to bring out the point na let's keep our eye on the issues. Kapag yung isang bagay, personal man o publiko, ay issue talaga, talagang I'm standing on the stage alone with the light on me at kailangan kong magsalita sa mikropono.
And you would, yeah. No, we've seen it. The internet.
Yeah.
In our debate, we measured the kind of clout you had on the internet. You had the highest eigenvector centrality. You were the most powerful in terms of mobilizing.
Wow, happy.
At that point, you had the most dynamic. What role is your internet campaigning playing, and does it make a difference?
Well, binuksan ko yung mga internet accounts ko na yan, Twitter, Facebook, after 2010 as my probably single most effective way of staying in touch dun sa higit 9 milyong kababayan na bumoto sa akin and who continued to believe in our common struggles against corruption, for women, for health and other social services. At talagang nakakatuwa kasi I have met several of them in the past few years, especially the past many months, na naalala ko, pag nagpapakilala sa akin sa isang sorte, oy, kilala kita, we're friends on Facebook, or oy, we follow each other on Twitter.
Right.
So, meron talagang paraan na the internet is really a space where we meet and make not as intimate friends as in real life.
Yes.
We're not really followers of each other as if we are in the same movement or say party.
Yes.
Pero, it does keep the connection open, lalo na pag may geographical distance that would have to be bridged otherwise. Tapos, napaka-importante ng internet sa akin as part of the democratic space that we fought for so long, we have won, dapat talaga depensahan. In the important non-electoral issues like freedom of information bill, the anti-cybercrime law, internet talaga was both a platform at saka patunay na ito nga yung kailangan nating depensahang democratic space, no? Okay, we are also against cybercrime, pero hindi dapat maging instrumento itong batas na to para sa anti-cyber freedom, no? So defend the democratic space. And of course, yung ating mga kabataan who are the largest and growing population on the net, they are also the largest base of citizens and including voters. Well, they're right there. At, as we were talking about, tumatawid-tawid itong virtual world natin and our real world, which is so real in passionate processes like elections as well.
There are a lot of questions that are coming in, and I'm going to
Yay,
have to throw
happy.
them at you.
Oo,
Harold
sige.
from at Roldy Gomez on Twitter, do you believe that there is a Catholic vote?
Harold, di ako naniniwala na may Catholic vote na anti-RH. Kung may Catholic vote man, naniniwala ako na ang anumang Catholic vote ay pro-RH. And I say this as a Catholic, as a solo mom who's raising my 4 children as Catholics, and who's constantly in touch with my fellow Catholics.
This is from at Levi Verora, at Levi Joshua. What needs to be done, bills, programs, and platforms to provide shelter for the homeless?
Marami. Let's start with what we already have, yung UDHA, Urban Development and Housing Act. Tingnan natin through Congress's power of oversight kung ini-implementa ba yan ng maayos. And maganda sana malocate siya sa isang mas comprehensive na batas, yung National Land Use Plan, kung saan yung residential area sa bawat syudad o kahit sa mga nayon, let these be developed on-site in city para sa mga urban settlers who even the informal settlers among them and participants in the informal economy contribute so much to the urban economy and to the growth of livable cities, yung tinatawag ng United Nations. Dun sa mga area na kailangan i-relocate yung urban poor, dapat sundin ng tapat, faithfully ang UDHA. Konsultasyon muna bago anumang paglilipat. Pagpapayag bago demolition ng kanilang tinitirhan ngayon. At importante, maayos na paglilipatan. Merong hindi lang lupa't pabahay pero basic social services, including utilities, at saka access sa trabaho para hindi naubos yung konting sahod nila sa transportasyon. And then I mentioned the National Land Use Plan to help urban poor in the cities. Dapat talaga maayos yung zoning na yan. Residential, commercial, industrial, and then how close to or far from the urban centers, yung ating mga airports at iba pang transportation terminals. So, ang daming kailangan at kayang gawin o at least simulan sa kasalukuyan.
What's the most important problem for you that you want to address?
It's still poverty.
Still.
Always poverty, Maria.
Yes.
Oo.
This is from at Idongis, between you and Ramon Magsaysay Jr. Why would I choose you?
Oh, please
That's
choose,
the-
please choose us both. Please choose us both. Two different generations, parehong anti-corruption siya, most memorably sa fertilizer fund scam, at sabi niya meron pa siyang mga rekomendasyon noon na kailangan pang aksyonan ng ating Sandigan Bayan, and he has asked, what's Sandigan waiting for? And ako na ikwento ko na rin yung mga anti-corruption struggles natin at mga naipanalo. Committed kami pareho sa poverty alleviation. Please choose us both.
What will you do if you win?
If I win, luluha ako sa tuwa. Matutulog ng isang buong araw, 24 hours straight, konting hibernation. Pagkatapos ng sleep deprivation ng lahat. Hindi lang ako, mga kampanyador, mga supporter, mga dakilang volunteer. And then, hit the ground running. Ang daming natirang ongoing, unfinished work nung umalis ako sa Kongreso, ipinagpapatuloy ng maraming advocates at volunteers hanggang ngayon, even before the election, at na gusto kong ipasok kaagad sa conversation sa Senado. Ilagay front and center sa atensyon ng Senado yung mga concerns ng ordinaryong mamamayan today and towards the future.
And what will you do if you lose?
Oh my God! I haven't wrapped my mind around that yet. Of course, anything is possible in our world. Pero sa ngayon siguro may hangover pa ako sa tuwa, paglundag at pagluha sa Pulse Asia survey results. A shot in the arm. Niisip, the most truthful answer that I can reach right now is, basta natanong ako dati, if you were not in formal politics, nasaan ka? My first love, theater and music. Ang layo, no? Mula sa last 2 weeks ng kampanya.